S-T-R-O. Yeah.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. I can finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like
Aaron.
Okay, Coach, so the folks here, they are bundled up, but they're ready for football as you get a look at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's a short kick, taken near the 18. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the buses.
Here's the 6th-round pick from Oklahoma, Rodney Anderson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He's got his man here. It's Green. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Running for it. Here's Anderson. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. So they give it up just on their side of midfield. And, yeah, I mean, a surprising decision there to go for that.
Must have a lot of confidence in his defense. Must feel like, hey, we're in great shape here because our defense can hold them because they're really outside of field goal range now, right? The opposite team. So if you hold them here, you haven't given up any points. You may give up a punt and you're pinned down a little bit, but must have thought it was an okay spot to go for it and decided to be aggressive.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Mayfield now from the 50. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run on 1st down. Hunt, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. On the counter, Hunt. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet, but they count big for moving the ball and stretching the field. Really nice open field tackle.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And on that last drive, Whitford on fourth turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
12 yards there and a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long. But that's caught at the 25.
Caught that one hanging.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Dalton. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Yeah,
Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
You said it was 7-3.
From the midfield stripe, they look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
Oh, my God.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
We remind you that coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football. Seems like we've seen the Seahawks quite a bit in prime time the last few weeks, and we get them again tonight as they head down to L.A. to take on the Rams. And then tomorrow night for Monday Night Football, it's Giants-Eagles from Chile, Philadelphia. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now Dalton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The Bengals and Browns, this is one of our final few NFL 100 series games. And speaking of series, the 92nd meeting between these two teams. The Bengals holding the 50-41 all-time edge. Last year, the Browns won both games, one in November, then again on December 23rd. And both of these franchises founded by Coach Paul Brown, who, of course, the Browns are named after. But then he would later go downstate to help found the Bengals in May of 1967. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since.
Ooh, he has cancer in his
And it'll be Dalton again.
Aaron just texted me.
And that will be incomplete. Eric Murray that time there to knock it away.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Like, are you running fucking Wildcat?
12 yards on the return that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carlos Dunlap able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. He's going to run for one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Ooh, that was a dirty-ass catch.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Damn.
Now on 2nd and 13, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And he's got this down to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Big catch, boy.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Landry, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Andrew Billings coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Damn, that should have been big.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Trying to looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Terrence Mitchell. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I don't know how many times I have to hit the button.
Carlos Dunlap in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
34-14.
Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Good job.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
7-3.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the quarter route there. Really nice play.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Kareem Hunt, his 9th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone.
Oh, good move.
And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Throwing, Dalton under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Oh, Barkley, get up out of there.
And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Third and 2 for Dalton. And able to find Green. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Oh, I hate Stafford so fucking much. Let's go. Hey, Charlie. Number 53.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So we've hit an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Watch it straight from YouTube.
No fucking way.
Mayfield goes the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start the third quarter on the ground with Hunt. He's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
There you go.
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted.
That's his live stream
Off at
right
the 33.
now.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Ooh,
First down, here's the run with Anderson.
Where'd you go? Picking?
And he's got some space here. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Rodney Anderson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are once again going to retake the lead. Bullock good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
$14-10, and it's up.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That's not a flag.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The tight end, David Njoku, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
This 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And he finds a man on the crossing route.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
It's a score of your game.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set, 20. Run. Two times.
Play fake. Mayfield. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. This has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Throwing, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. He was looking for Landry that time. 3rd down here.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here, though. 3rd and long. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, let's go.
Dalton hovering near the goal line. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up. Back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle.
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them.
And he goes down. Dalton couldn't get rid of it, and that will be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Oh, he got a safety?
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 31, Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run with Hunt.
Oh, I ran right into him.
Sean Williams that time in on the stop. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Regular.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mayfield, wide open receiver, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 5. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
He's not going to win the ball.
And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Dalton here from the gun. That's complete to John Ross. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Complete to the right side, it's Eifert. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. They'll look to run for him with Williams. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Baker Mayfield, as a rookie, 3 times he led the Browns back to victory in the fourth quarter. What can he do here in year number 2? On first down, it's Hunt, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Mayfield on play action. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On 3rd down, Mayfield. And, oh, what a catch that time by Landry. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Now Mayfield's throw finds Callaway complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
one of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They face a second down, but they are in field goal range. They'll run. This is Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. The Browns on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, it could come back at you a long way.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. He'll look to throw. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Dalton wants to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Play action now. Dalton. Green with a catch left side. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
368.
Big spot. Andy Dalton. Flush to his right. Incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And able to find Green. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. That is caught inside the 5. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Boy, hard to ask for a better game thus far. 27 apiece is our score as the kick's away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
Oh my God, bro.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
They'll run on 1st down. Anderson.
This is probably a fair catch.
And he's going to find his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here you go, 368.
Here's Dalton. And that's complete. It's Green here. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust, and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. That last pass puts him over 300 yards now in the game. More importantly, though, big 1st down here in OT.
And the team around him has a lot of confidence now after picking up that 1st down. Everyone seems a little more energized. But did I hear you before the game call in and say, this is my quarterback for your fantasy league? Because he just gave you a good stat, didn't he?
He did, and I appreciate it. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Hands up, Larry. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Play action here with Dalton. Dancing to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Bengal got going a little early there. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, watch the slant.
Dalton now to pass. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
I'm gonna play again soon.
Andy Dalton. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime.
That's why I don't play Madden.
A great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we got the dramatic ending to finish things.
4 now on the year.